TV News. I am Alicia George, your presenter. In our top stories, the community of Tarish Pit mourns shooting death of resident. St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister accused of trampling on Constitution. Egypt referendum, vote underway amid tight security. And in sports, WICB suspends DeAndre Dottin. Details of these will follow. Welcome back. Acting Prime Minister Honorable Reginald Austrie says government is continuing to assist affected families of the trough system that negatively affected the country on December 24, 2013. He said the government, who promised assistance to these families, has begun making payments and has supplied building materials for homes that were damaged by the flooding and landslides. 18 families in the Roseau South constituency were affected by flash flooding, as well as a few businesses.
We have finalized and compiled the list and should have started payment for the household items that some of the people lost. And up to Friday, we were just finalizing the final list for the persons with the heavy equipment who assisted in clearing out after the storm. So we are on track with that, and the government, as usual, being true to its word, fulfilling our commitment to the people of Dominica. You've already said that this is going to be a difficult and challenging period for us, but I'm convinced that we're on top of the game and that we will succeed in our endeavors.
Mr. Austrie noted the weather system taught us a few lessons, including being aware of our environmental practices, deforestation, and where we build along dead water courses. According to the minister, the river could be dead for 40 years and just spring up and reclaim its course. So the blockage of our waterways, our drainage system, our rivers, and our ravines is not acceptable. He added, based on what he saw, what was particularly responsible for almost 90% of the damage was the issue of waterways blocked by stones and wood, some of which were man-made. It was reported by Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit that the government estimates the cost of the cleanup to be in excess of $832,000, while rehabilitation of roads will be in the region of over $45 million. In more news, several meetings took place over the weekend and are continuing as members of the United Workers' Party, UWP, including Mr. Lennox Linton, Mr. Hector John, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, Mr. Ron Green, and Mr. Joshua Francis, are on the 7-city tour in the United States. The party explained the main purpose of the trip is to bring the vision of the United Workers' Party to the Dominicans living in the diaspora. United Workers' Party candidate for the Grand Forks constituency, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, stated, as the next potential government, it is very important that they meet with various officials in the United States who may work closely with the Prime Minister in waiting, Mr. Lennox Linton.
Washington is an excellent place for that. I've been laying the groundwork over the past couple of weeks, and I'm excited to know that the reception has been great. People are excited about welcoming us, about seeing us, about hearing what we have to say. It's a great time, I think, for the party.
Dr. Fontaine said he is very optimistic the United Workers' Party will form the government at the next general election, as he believes that the people are ready for change, realizing that the country is not moving forward. He noted, in order for Dominica to move forward, we need a change of governance, and the United Workers' Party has a group of individuals who are capable of placing Dominica in the right direction.
On this side, we're seeing the Dominicans are lining up. We have this 7-city tour in 10 days, something akin to what we did in Dominica before Coast to Coast, and the level of excitement is just incredible. people are calling, people are signing up their interest to attend to hear what United Workers' Party has to offer. So that gives me a lot of excitement. It gives me a lot of hope that change really is going to occur in Dominica.
On Friday, January 11th, the UWP team met with diaspora in and around Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. On Saturday, January 12th, they met with diaspora in New Jersey and New York. And today, Tuesday, January 14th, the team held a meeting with diaspora in Atlanta. They will then move to Florida on Thursday, January 16th, Texas on Saturday, January 18th, and then to Toronto, Canada on Tuesday, January 21st.
I think it's important that we understand the tremendous number of Dominicans who have a great interest in what is going on in Dominica. And we think it's a great opportunity for us to tell them, give them our own sense as to where we see Dominica is going. But more importantly, we want to hear from the diaspora. We want to take on board their suggestions, their ideas about Dominica, because there are people that can contribute significantly to Dominica's development. We're not like the other party that simply says, come and vote for us, and then we don't want to hear from you again. I think what we're trying to do is from the outset, engage our Dominican diaspora in a way that is meaningful, in a way that will bring material benefit to Dominica. Because we believe that we can get all of those ideas to contend, we can get all of those different thoughts that the individuals have in the diaspora. We can melt that with our own vision for Dominica. And together, I believe we can be better, we can build a stronger Dominica.
The team is also scheduled to make stops in Paris on January 31st and is finalizing a tour for London on February 4th. In other stories, the DDA, Discover Dominica Authority, is pleased to announce that Dominica has made it in the top 5 of the best Caribbean islands by USA Today. The island was awarded 3rd place. After 4 weeks of voting, the top 10 winners were as follows: Puerto Rico, Curacao, Dominica, St. Martin, Grenada, Barbados, Bonaire, St. John in the USVI, Tobago, and Anguilla. The Discover Dominica Authority, through its quest to reach 90,000 stay-over visitors, encouraged fans and citizens of the Nature Isle to vote for Dominica during the 4-week run of the recently ended contest. The authority would like to thank all those who voted for Dominica and encourage them to continue supporting future initiatives, contests, and campaigns with an overview to increase destination awareness. In more news, the community of Tarish Pit is baffled following a shooting death of one of their residents on the night of Monday, January 13, 2014. The police confirmed they are investigating the incident. Police Public Relations Officer Inspector John Caban said Trevor Seja, also known as Coco of Tarish Pit, was shot dead by an unidentified person who was dressed all in white sometime before 8 p.m. Seja was reportedly shot behind his neck and fell to the ground, one eyewitness stated. Anyone with information on this incident is asked to call the police hotline at 1-800-4468 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477. In other stories, the Community Mental Health Team on Sunday, January 12, hosted its 13th annual Acute Psychiatric Unit APU concert at the Acute Psychiatric Unit of the Princess Margaret Hospital, PMH. This event is held each year to encourage support and motivate persons with mental illnesses and to sensitize the public in an endeavor to decrease the stigmatization towards these persons.
No doubt it has been hard work, having to fulfill all our other duties in providing quality care to patients on the unit and around the island. However, it's worth the effort having a concert where such a diverse group of people can come together.
Dr. Laura Esprit, coordinator of the event, says the concert, as always, was a great success and noted the work of the Ministry of Health in collaboration with the staff at the APU. Ms. Esprit says mental illness does not discriminate against race, age, religion, or income, but the good news about it is that recovery is possible.
Mental illnesses are not the result of personal weaknesses, lack of character, or poor upbringing. Mental illnesses are treatable. This concert serves as a means of therapeutic recreation. And I may be able to speak for all of us when I say that it's not only persons with mental illnesses who are in dire need of such a therapy, but even us, professionals and others, should strike a balance in caring for our social and emotional needs.
Dr. Griffin Benjamin, doctor at the PMH, says there was an increase of patients admitted to the unit in 2013.
Why should we be happy to admit so many more Dominicans to the acute psychiatric unit? Well, we are not particularly happy about that. But we feel proud that many more Dominicans are willing to come to us for care. We admit people not for the usual causes of psychosis, walking naked on the street, losing control fully. Persons with family problems, persons with depression and anxiety feel more comfortable being admitted to an acute psychiatric ward where they can be cared for over a very short period of time, regain their composure, and return back to the family and to their jobs.
He said staff at the unit are quite proud that Dominicans have confidence in their service and feel comfortable seeking help there. He noted also that many of the staff members have upgraded their skills.
But it seems I was never on time. Still I wanna get through to you by on time, on time.
And that's really what I spoke. My favorite clip I just what's up, but I get wanna. But you are my idol. So she's standing like you,
stories. The carnival season has opened and Calypso lovers have a lot to look forward to. Mr. Norman Leta, manager of Stardom Calypso tent, expects that a lot will come from the tent this year with a list of activities scheduled to take place.
We have 30 Calypsonians. We have all the big guns, plus we have what I would call the best song out of the eliminations, and some of the better people from the eliminations.
The organizers of the tent will also host a Stardom Tent Road March competition as part of its carnival activities.
What we're going to do this year, among other things, we're going to have a Stardom Tent Road March competition, because a lot of people always figure that Stardom Tent is a competition tent. So we know quite a few of the guys have slow songs for the competition, so we're going to ensure that they compose or they obtain tempo tunes to take part in the road match competition.
Other events include Ladies' Night, Jokers' Night, and Monarch of the Tent. Mr. Later gives more details.
One of the nights also we'll have Calypso Tug of War, where we'll have a few two-man competitions, Calypsonian against Calypsonian. We choose the two, so they go on the stage and then they sing and the crowd chooses the winner. And we have obtained a sponsor for prizes for that.
It is also expected that some collaboration will take place between the Stardom Calypso Tent and the newly formed Renegades Calypso Tent.
It will help us. They even have asked that we cooperate, so we can exchange a Calypsonian or two every night. I suppose we don't have problems with that. We are against a whole tent, or most of the people going to sing in another tent, but if it's one or two men, we don't have any problem with that. So we're looking forward to working with them. It is no problem.
Stardom Calypso Tent will open on Wednesday, January 15th at the Cicero Hotel and will include Calypsonians such as Hunter, Daddy Chess, Black Diamond, Shadow Flow, Benno, Electra, and Waxock. Mr. Letar encourages patrons to come and support these activities.
I put on the mat and I start to dish it. Tomato, 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 and she's shouting, ziggly, ziggly, marble stove, my tomato bird, poof, my tomato bird, poof. Hey, ziggly, ziggly, marble stove, my tomato bird, poof, my tomato bird, poof. Hey, I get you up there, hey, I get you down there, hey, I get you up there, hey, I get you down there, hey, I like it in my bread, hey.
Right now we're here with Calypsonian Walks Up, was a new song for Calypso 2014 entitled Tomato Burst. Walks Up, could you explain the concept behind this song?
Well, the song is a togetherness song, a double standard song. Talking about sexiness and it's talking about real tomato. You know when tomato bursts, when you have a tomato, when you squeeze it, it's doing poof. You understand? So that, but the song is a fantastic song and it brings the people together and everybody like it on the radio. And I love the art form, I love to sing Calypso, and as I see in 2014, that will be the song for the people.
How did you come up with the idea?
Well, coming up with the idea is the same thing. When I make Sharon have a hot dog, in her mouth, they say how I come with the idea. When I make finger licking tasty chicken, they tell me how I come with the idea. When I make raise your camera to your eyes, they tell me how I come to get the idea. Well, Roseau is a place when you watch around, it have a whole year, 2 years, 3 years, continually to get an idea of something. So you can get an idea of anything and make a song about it.
Now the song is one of the more popular songs as it relates to the Calypso season. Do you think it would have been that successful?
Well, if the people on them well righteous and know music and say, well, that could be a road match, I feel it could really go far.
What does Calypso do for you?
Well, it's true it just give me some change, some tight pence, but that doesn't really mean to say I get in a whole sum of money, but I just like the art form.
So you do it for the love?
I do it for the love of Calypso and because I love the art form.
What message would you...
The message that I send in towards them that every year I have a hit for them. So they can wait for that. 2015, I have another hit. 2016, if I live to see nothing that happened to me, I still have another hit.
So you're already planning for the future?
You know, all the time I have a hit. Because as time goes by, making hits.
Give us a little a cappella of your new song.
I have a new one coming on. Well, it will be coming out from on January, probably January 15 or 16, one of them area there. But it's a nice song. It goes like this. As I'm moving towards Bapa State, I saw her sitting on a mango back tree. She was looking slim and juicy. So I tell she pick a mango for me. She tell me she have juicy mango. I tell she give me some. Yeah, she swallow it. Do spit it out. Swallow it. Do spit it out. Because it's hot. Sweet. Juicy. And it's sexy. Swallow it. Do spit it out. Swallow it. Do spit it out. I like it in my sauce. I like it on my chicken. I like it on my hot dog. Matt in the house. Matt in the door. Box up like it in chips. That is why you like them. Ladies with nice hips. Matt on the radio. As everybody knows. And the shouting ziggly marble stove. My tomato bird stove. My tomato bird stove. Ziggly marble stove. My tomato bird stove. My tomato bird stove. Hey.
And in court news. Just a few days after being released from prison, Dan Merrifield again found himself as an inmate at the Dominica State Prison and will remain there for the next 15 months. The 18-year-old from Grand Bay was released just a few days before Christmas Day of 2013, but by the 26th of December 2013, he had already committed 2 offenses. He entered the home of a Grand Bay resident and damaged a kitchen sink and a kitchen window, both valued at $600. He had also stolen a quantity of grapes, a Heineken beer, a cell phone, and $40 from a cash tin. Then, on 11th January 2014, while in the vicinity of Melvina's Bar at Point Michelle, Merrifield was found in possession of an offensive weapon. He was armed with a knife without a satisfactory reason for having the object. He also resisted a police officer. Merrifield pleaded guilty to all 4 charges. While in police custody, he admitted to committing the offenses on 26 December 2013, saying he did not know what had gotten over him. He said he had sold the phone to a Rastaman in Roseau, changed the money from the cash tin at the La Salette Credit Union, and had eaten the grapes. In his mitigation plea before Magistrate Bernard Paquette on Monday, January 13, 2014, Merrifield said he did not want to continue stealing people's things, but it was difficult to find employment. Merrifield was sentenced to 6 months for theft, 3 months for malicious damage, 3 months for possession of an offensive weapon, and 3 months for resisting arrest. The sentences are to run consecutively. In more court news, gospel promoter and manager of the Committee for Good Movement, Cornelius Joseph Thomas of Trinidad and Tobago, has been given 2 forthwith fines and faced deportation. In court on Tuesday, 14th January 2014, Thomas pleaded guilty to issuing a $1,897.50 NCCU check to DBS Radio for 50 advertisements for the promotion of the Vashon Mitchell Gospel Show, which was carried from 15th November 2013 at the Newtown Savannah. According to the facts presented by the prosecution, Thomas met with DBS Sales and Marketing Manager Cecil Joseph on 11th November 2013 and post-dated the check to 13th November 2013. The advertisements were aired from 11th to the 15th of November 2013 on DBS Radio. The check was returned to DBS Radio on 3rd December 2013 due to insufficient funds. Attorney Jotri Leta, who mitigated on Thomas's behalf, told the court that based on conversation between Joseph and Thomas, Joseph was well aware that at the time the check disbursed could not be supported due to an insufficient fund on the account. He explained that Thomas had intended to deposit monies collected from the sale of tickets for the gospel show into the account to honor the check. However, this was not done since Thomas was arrested for another offense a few days later. Magistrate Kanja George ordered that Thomas pay DBS Radio compensation of $1,897.50 forthwith or spend 6 months in prison. Additionally, he was fined $4,000 to be paid forthwith or spend 1 year in prison. The fines were to be paid before 4 p.m. An order to have Thomas removed from the state after paying the fines or serving his sentence was made. Meanwhile, Thomas, who was also facing a charge for attempted deception by uttering a $35,205 check to Pass Travel on the 11th of November 2013, had that matter struck out for want of prosecution. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.